Hi everyone, welcome to Play Hooky with me. My name is Roz and today I want to share with you the classic and modern V-stitch. I really love this stitch for the versatility of it, and I love both looks. The modern V-stitch is a lot denser and tighter, gives a lot of texture to your pieces, where the classic V-stitch is a lot looser. You can see the V-stitches a little bit more clearly, which is also a really lovely effect. So it's really a personal preference, whichever look you're going for with this V-stitch. Before we get started with the tutorial, I'm just going to quickly say that the modern V-stitch uses a multiple of 2, where the classic uses a multiple of 3. This really is the only math that I do with this. I know I've seen a lot of videos where you can add 6 stitches in for your first turning chain, or 3 stitches, 2 stitches. I've seen so many different additions to this, but I like to stay strictly with the multiple of 2 or multiple of 3 and just work with that. So saying that, let's go ahead and start with the classic, which is the multiple of 3. So for this video, I'm going to start with a chain of 21. Okay, and like I said earlier, I don't worry about an additional couple of chains because I can pretty much eyeball it. If it's not as long as I want it to be, I go ahead and just add 3 more chains. Now the key here is working into an even, and that is for both the modern and the classic. You're going to go in 4 chains from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to create your little side double crochet, as well start the first half of your V. Chain 1, and then another double crochet into the same space. You've just created your first V and your side post. Now you're going to skip 2 chains and work another double crochet into the third one. Chain 1, and then do another double crochet into the same chain. Skip 2 chains, working into the third, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. This will take you the longest because you want to be very careful to keep an eye on your chains and make sure that you're skipping the 2. 1, 2, and work into the third, chain 1, double crochet into the same space, and continue all the way down. I'm nearing the end here. And then with this method of doing the V-stitch, when you get to the end here, you should be left with 2 chains left. And I do this intentionally. This is just easier for me with the math, with remembering just the multiples of 2s and 3s. I'm going to end up with 2 stitches here at the end. I'm going to skip just that one and do my next side post, which is a double crochet. And then I'm done with my row. Chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn, and now it gets really easy because from here on out all you're doing is creating new V's in your existing V's. Double crochet into that first V there, chain 1, double crochet into the same V, and there we go. Be careful not to work into the spaces in between the V's. I have a tendency to do that if I'm not paying attention at first, but after a while you'll easily feel the difference on your fingers. But until then, just keep a close eye on that you're not working into the spaces between the V's. and then just work all the way across. Okay, and then when you get to the end here, you can either work into the space with a double crochet for your final post for your side, or you can work into the top of your double crochet. I do prefer to work into the top of it because it makes a straighter edge. If you're trying to get a very straight edge, I would recommend that you do that. Double crochet, and then chain up 3 and repeat. And that's all you need to do for your classic V-stitch. Okay, moving on to the modern V-stitch. The difference here is that now we're working with multiples of 2. And you're going to be omitting that middle chain between your V's. Go ahead and chain up to your desired length of chains. Mine is 20 for this example. Okay, once you've reached your length of chains in your even number here, go ahead and do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. For me, this is the easiest way to remember the different V-stitches. I just work into the same. We've done our first post as well as our first side of our V. We're not doing a chain in between. We're going straight into the next side of the V with another double crochet into that same space. Instead of counting 2 over, you're only counting 1. Skip 1, move into the next chain with your next V, which is 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip a chain, moving into the next. Again, this is your slowest row because you're wanting to make sure you skip the appropriate chains. And we'll just keep doing this until we get to the other end. Okay, we're nearing the end here. Skip a chain, moving into the next. Two double crochets. Okay, and I have 2 chains left. I'm going to skip, moving into that next one with 1 double crochet to make my side post. And there we go. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn. And now, just like the classic, we're going to work into our V spaces with a double crochet and another double crochet. And as you can see, what happens is putting in that next V spaces out these double crochets to make it appear more like a V. I really love this one because this one is just, you can sit in front of the TV and you can just get really lost in this. This is a very meditative stitch. I find that I don't accidentally go into the other stitches as much with this one because you can really feel the ridges of where you're supposed to go. You sort of get a memory with your fingers with this. And I just love it. I just love this stitch. Now, of course, it is denser. You don't see the V as clearly as the more classic version. So it really depends on the look that you're trying to achieve. But if you're looking for something that's very relaxing, works up quickly, I would suggest the modern. And like the classic, you can either go into this space here with your double crochet, or you can work into that stitch. I like to work into the stitch because it gives it a very nice straight edge. And then chain up 3 and continue on.